Welcome to the programme where you, the viewer, have your say on what you've been watching on BBC TV this past week.
The nation was shocked to hear Churchill compare Labour to the Gestapo.
We air your points of view on the controversial programme Rewriting Churchill's Legacy, and why one reporter went halfway around the world to test a suit.
We're now in Johannesburg, and it looks like this suit is crease-free.
So welcome once again to Points of View. Good afternoon. We start this week with the brand new comedy series Suntrap, which got its first airing on BBC One on Wednesday.
What a load of rubbish Suntrap is. Why did I ever imagine the BBC could make a proper funny comedy? I shall definitely not be staying up to watch it again.
Suntrap on BBC One should have been thrown out at the writing stage. Disappointed as it has a very good cast, it just lacks laughs.
Just watched it and you'll get more laughs watching an episode of Casualty.
Now, we've read that this one is a bit of a slow burner, so let's see if the comedy heats up a bit on Suntrap in the next episode. No chance of another episode of the music trivia quiz Never Mind the Buzzcocks, with news that after 18 years and 28 series, the show will not be returning.
Hello, I'm Mark Lamar and welcome to Never Mind the Buzzcocks, the show that says, hey Mr Tambourine Man, what first attracted you to the Salvation Army?
Since Buzzcocks first aired in November 1996, it has created much havoc and many golden TV moments. Top among these, when the obligatory slagging off of the guests led to not one, but three to walk off set.
The photo shoot was for the Daily Mail, which made me feel really posh and upmarket.
Oh, you I'll see you later. I can't do
What?
that. Sorry.
Oh, no pressure.
So that's it. Thanks to Phil, Huey Morgan and Laura Whitmore. Noel, Lissy and Paul Foots. Huey has just stormed off.
It has been no secret that viewing figures have been falling for the series, but fans on social media have been lamenting the demise of the unique brand of Buzzcock anarchy.
Where am I going to be able to guess song intros sung by celebrities now?
I thought it had improved with Rod Gilbert hosting, rather than a different celeb each week.
Loved it with Rod. It was better than it's been for years.
Now the case of a reporter, a revolutionary suit, and what appeared to be a business class ticket to South Africa.
The makers of this suit claim the fibres that they use help to make it crease resistant. Well, there's only one way to find out. We're about to board a plane here at London's Heathrow to Johannesburg. That's an 11.5-hour flight. So let's see what condition this suit will be in when I arrive.
The travel show on the BBC News Channel decided to send reporter Greg Mackenzie on a far-flung flight in the name of creaseless garment testing, leaving some viewers in a twist.
I have just witnessed a reporter going to Johannesburg to try out a creaseless suit. Paid for by my money. I will be signing up to the campaign to abolish the TV licence.
If BBC producers feel they have so much money to play with to send a presenter on a several £1,000 flight for a 5-minute segment on a piece of clothing, I honestly feel we are paying too much for the BBC.
Why not send him to Scotland on a return coach trip, or just simply sleep in it overnight?
That's absolutely fantastic. I think absolutely divine. And I just think you look too cute.
Some people get all the perks in this job, eh? So was it entirely necessary to go the whole way to South Africa to crumple test a suit? Surely there must be a valid explanation for this one. Here is the official line from the newsroom.
This programme is made by the BBC World News Channel, which is commercially funded and therefore did not use licence fee payer money. They travelled to Johannesburg to cover 3 other stories and filmed the creaseless suit report whilst flying to their destination. The travel show paid for standard airline tickets, but were upgraded free of charge along with other passengers.
So some things on the news channel aren't paid for by the licence fee. Was that news to you? I'm starting to feel a bit sorry for this reporter. He was even on a story while sitting on that plane.
Yeah, well, I was putting my best suit on, you see, sir. You've got to look good for the telly, innit?
classic TV comedies Are You Being Served, Hi-de-Hi and The Irrepressible Dad's Army have been tickling you in daytime. But what other classic comedies could be retrieved from the archives? We asked a discerning group at one of Belfast's leading comedy clubs.
I'd like to see 40 Towers again. One Foot in the Grave was always good. Oh, I'd love to see The Good Life again.
No, Lenny! No, Lenny, what are you doing? Lenny, no! One and a cockerel to the next stop, please.
Yes, Minister was one of the best. Yes, it was very good.
We're not above nature. We're all part of it. Men are animals too, you know.
I know that. I've just come from the House of Commons.
I'd like to see Step 2 again.
Oh, you dirty old man.
The other one, of course, would be Hancock.
This is going to be a true portrayal of life in Saxon England under the heel of the Viking hordes.
Yes, but this is ridiculous. How can you make...
Who's this lot now? That's the Viking army.
We didn't get a lot of sitcoms back in Canada. I mean, we had one. It was Only Fools and Horses. And it happened to be one of my mom's favorite shows, and I remember watching that a lot. It's one of my best memories.
Definitely Citizen Smith.
Foxy, that was so funny.
No, he was Wolfie.
Wolfie?
He was Wolfie. No, she called him Foxy.
Oh, yeah. I think my mum, she was that too.
Part of the people. Part to the people! The one where he's riding the Scorpion tank through London.
We are the Team BF. We are the people.
No, it was all good. It was all good.
We are always keen to pass on your comments and questions to the decision makers at the BBC. And let me tell you, in 2 weeks' time, we will be putting these directly to the controller of BBC Two and BBC Four, Kim Schillinglaw. Now, if you would like to be included in this, you can record a video on our very easy-to-use system. Just log on to povvideo.bbc.co.uk. Next up, a controversial second look at the role of former Prime Minister Winston Churchill in When Britain Said No.
Never mind the way that history's been recrafted to try and make this man into a popular hero of the people. He never was.
This documentary was at times a harsh and highly critical review of the man who led his country to victory in World War II, but then failed to win the election that followed.
There was a chap who brought him his tea in bed. There was a chap who would clean his shoes. He was fine with the working class when it doffed its cap, was deferential and voted Liberal or Tory. What he objected to was the idea of the working class having ideas of its own and demands of its own.
And this one really split the audience. Some intrigued by the warts and all insight, others feeling that Churchill hadn't really been given a fair crack of the whip.
To portray such a great man to whom we owe so much in such a way was so upsetting. To state he was a man with no vision is quite unbelievable and could not be further from the truth.
I found Churchill, When Britain Said No, really interesting because it opened my eyes to a side of him that's less popularised and less well known. I knew a little bit about the work he'd done in India and in Ireland, which was not that popular, but I had no idea the extent to which that had happened at home as well. It was really interesting to hear these views now, particularly at a time of celebration of the end of the war, to which he's thought to have contributed so much.
Now, sticking with the World War theme and the series Britain's Greatest Generation, which finished on Friday night. This time round, it was the turn of the ordinary people with extraordinary tales of survival.
I was in the gun pit and thought, oh, tonight we'll be there, you know, we're not far to go now, we'll make it. And then all of a sudden, bang, and she shudders and everything goes on fire. Nobody has to tell you what's happened. You know, you're brand new, but you know we've been hit.
What a fabulous programme that was. I really enjoyed watching it. It depicted the stories of people from World War II, how they got into the different professions and how they went on to live their lives. Great camaraderie was shown throughout the programme, which from stories of my dad, who's also a veteran, I know really, really mattered in those days and also has gone on for future generations.
Remarkable stories from a truly great British generation. No moans from me.
Absolutely amazing hearing their accounts of life in the war years. #respect.
If you want to join in the chat on Twitter with our growing team of armchair reviewers, you can. Just follow us at BBC POV. Plenty of tweeting of a slightly more natural kind on Springwatch, which made a welcome return to our screens this week. The team of Packham, Strachan and Hughes Games have been camping out at their base at RSPB Minsmere in Suffolk to bring us the best of British wildlife, and their efforts have not gone unnoticed.
The BBC has blessed us with 3 weeks of pure delight, and that can only mean one thing: Springwatch is back. And for those of us unable to get out there and enjoy wildlife via the red button and online, they're streaming wildlife into our very own lounges. Well done, BBC. We love Springwatch.
I adore Springwatch. It is entertaining and informative. Love the enthusiasm of the presenters. Big up the conservation efforts.
Happy days out and ever hopeful of lovely weather, the Whitsun holidays also mean to us the return of Springwatch. So welcome back to Michaela, Martin and Chris. We've watched since the beginning, and yet you always manage to teach us something new with every single episode.
Tonight, we're on the hunt for the badger with a taste for absent.
Whilst our red-chested Lothario spineless sigh has been hunting for love.
And single mum Sophia Loren just needs a break from the kids.
High praise indeed for Springwatch, and praise of a different kind last Sunday with a special Pentecost Sunday service from the new community church in Southampton.
Pentecost might not be as familiar as Christmas and Easter to most people, but to Christians it's really important. So, like Songs of Praise, it was great to see a programme that gave some background as well as how it was celebrated. Although it was just a snapshot of one service from one church, it was really good to see some live worship broadcast on the BBC.
It was lively, well presented and enjoyable. It would be so good to have more services like this shown on a Sunday morning at this time to allow those who are unable to get out to church to join in with such an enthusiastic service. Thanks for broadcast. Let's have more.
Loving the Pentecost celebrations. Come on, hashtag Sunday morning.
Sunday morning coming alive for many of you last week. Now remember to let us know what TV you have been loving. Just tweet hashtag MyChoice and then at BBC POV. For those of you already missing the now unplugged Never Mind the Buzzcocks, it seems only right that we finish with a classic moment from that series. Get ready to sing now. Until next week, goodbye.
It's the final
Welcome to Hazelwood. That feels like gold.
We've all done a 16-hour day.
Might not be a dime there.
No lottery tickets this week? Never forgot. Thanks for reminding me.
Who got all 6 numbers and a bounty ball?
14,460,009 pounds between you.
Are you saying you're going to be part owners of Hazelwood?
Yes, this is absolutely ridiculous.
There's no such thing as easy money. The brand new series of Kay Mellor's The Syndicate starts Tuesday at 9.